Our team coverage of the Badgers' trip to the Rose Bowl continues with our own Jay Wilson.
He joins us now to share quite an interesting conversation he had with head coach Bret Bielema. Hi, Jay.
Hi, Mark and Maria. Good afternoon, everyone. Well, for a while, Bret Bielema was Madison's most eligible bachelor. He had a great job and he made a ton of money, but his bachelor status changed last spring when he asked his girlfriend, Jen, to marry him. They met in Las Vegas 3 years ago at a blackjack table. Now at age 41, Bret Bielema looks forward to getting married next March, and he's more than happy to tie the knot.
So I hear you have a wedding coming up. Are you picking out like place settings and stuff?
No. The things that I was involved in was the band, the venue. She's a Tampa girl by nature, so I thought maybe we were going to have a little destination wedding, but it's going to be here in Madison. And the great thing is I get to share in that celebration with a lot of people that have become great friends here in Madison and hopefully moving forward.
Do you ever think you'd get married this soon?
My mom probably would have thought that day would never come, but I waited 41 years for it. So I think it has given me a little bit of balance. But more than anything, I've never had the benefit of living with somebody and how much of an advantage that is just in all the other things that you have to deal with. Like for me, it was hard to pick up dry cleaning, you know, because they're not open during the hour, so I'd have to have somebody go get it. And
so between football and weddings and everything else, do you ever just get weary and worn down?
Not so much. I mean, there's days that are long. It's just a football season. It is what it is. I enjoy, believe me, going to the Rose Bowl, but when you're at the level that we're at, you bring in a whole nother set of issues that when you don't have that success, you don't have these problems. And I think that's the part that has kind of been reiterated to me again this year, is just when you have found so much success as a program. Now you have college teams that want your coaches, you have NFL teams that want your coaches, you have NFL teams that want your players, sometimes too early, you know, and all of that stuff in addition to scheduling, planning, advanced scheduling. A lot of people have asked me where our honeymoon is, you know, and we're actually getting married, and 7 days later I have our first spring practice, so I'm going to take her to the Dells for 2 nights and live it up. But it's just kind of one of those things you got to live with.
I don't know if 2 nights is going to be enough for that, is it?
Well, it's going to have to be, because I got to be at work on Tuesday.
Well, when Bret met Jen at that blackjack table in Las Vegas 3 years ago, Jen didn't know how to play blackjack, but with Bret's help, Jen left that night with $600 in winnings, and I guess that was the first sign that they'd be a winning couple.
Absolutely. I was just wondering, Jay, was it easy to talk to him about this? I mean, was he pretty open, or is he kind of a shy guy like what I thought?
Well, you know, once the interview was going, he did, but for example, when he does interviews, he's never really said her last name for privacy's sake and things like that. He's always referred to as Jen, my fiance. So that's an interesting component. But he's ready to go. He needs someone to pick up his dry cleaning, I guess, and stuff like that.
2 nights in the Dells, maybe have to stop at Ho Chunk and relive that moment.
Relive the memories.
All
Thanks
right,
so much, Jay.
Thanks a lot.